Oh baby, oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm here, and I'm streaming. Maybe just barely. Most of you probably don't know. But I went to SCG Con Milwaukee last weekend, and the storm of the century apparently hit the entire East Coast while I was away. So, all of my flights got canceled while I was out there. I was stranded out there. The soonest I was going to be able to fly back would have been late Thursday night. But instead, me being me, I was like, screw that. I rented a car. I drove over 1,000 miles home through a blizzard, and I'm exhausted. I took a good 24 hours to just sort of rest and recuperate, and now I'm here. I'm here and I'm doing the stuff. Apparently, there's a Ninja Turtles set, and there's early access for that today. It's all blur to me because blizzards and stuff. Is it just me, or do they spit out these sets like crazy, like way too fast? There's too much magic. I can't keep up with the spoiler seasons and the early accesses and the set launches and the SpongeBobs and the freaking Krangs and the Spocks and the, I don't know, whatever else. Little House on the Prairie is probably next. It is what it is. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna play some Magic. If you guys have deck ideas, definitely submit them. definitely let me know what you're thinking. If you're in Twitch, I'm going to drop the Discord link in Twitch. If you want, you can join the Discord, post decks in the deck list section, and I'll try and put something together. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to look at whatever reaches out and speaks to me here, whatever looks busted. 6 mana seems like an awful lot. Destroy up to 3 target creatures seems kind of good for Reanimator deck, but Reanimator decks just win on the spot these days, so I don't know if that matters. 2 damage to each opponent whenever you discard a card. Oh, that seems wild. Artifact spell. Alright, that seems pretty good. Draw 3 cards, discard 3 cards. That seems pretty good for the draw discard deck. Let's see. Blue-green ooze with Mikey. Rusty wants to see. Maybe we'll do that first. Historic colorless brew until the new set's out. I do buy my CC won't let me super chat. Are you saying it won't let you do a super chat, Rusty? Is that what you're saying? What's up, Bucks, our beast? Glad to see you hanging out. Do we have audio on right now? Yeah, we do. It's just really quiet, I guess. So there's a few different things right off the bat that I'm thinking about making. We're going to go through everything really quickly. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. That just seems good. Isn't that just plain good? It seems kind of wild. What else we got? We got slash. Not good enough. Too expensive. Each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. Well, that seems kind of good. I guess you would need creatures to make it work, but... Party dude. Here's Mikey, weirdness to 11. Create a mutagen token. Mutagen tokens are going to be bonkers. Can already see it coming. Can already see it coming. Michelangelo could be good. Michelangelo's technique could be good. It could actually end up being better than Collected Company in certain situations. Easy emblem -7. Yeah, you're not wrong. Mutagen Man Living Ooze is like probably the most busted card in the set. That seems interesting. There's a lot of overcosted stuff, though. Unfortunately, Magic is power crept to the point where, like, you can't play anything that costs more than 3 unless it wins you the game. Basically. Kinda crazy. Would like to do a ninja deck. Ninja. Krang and Shredder's too expensive. Attack. Affinity for artifacts. Put a card you own from outside the game into your hand. Toka and Raza. Sack a permanent unless you discard a card. I mean, sometimes you want to discard, right? The Last Ronin, I absolutely adore. It's probably my favorite thing from Ninja Turtles. But I don't know if this card is good enough. 6 mana sweeper seems Greedy. Seems greedy. Additional combat phases are really good, though. Counter on a creature you control, draw a card. Yes, the counters deck would love that. Mutant, Ninja, and Turtles. +1/+0. Technodrome. Sacking artifacts all day long. Create a mutagen token. That seems pretty good. One mana, 2 mana, 3 damage. Krang. The heck was that? Somebody dropped something. Flying, trample, indestructible, haste. Other artifact creatures you control have flying, trample, indestructible, and haste. Is there a reanimator deck that's also a simulacrum synthesizer deck? Because that seems kind of good, if so. The Ooze, a meme card for sure. I mean, maybe. So we have a few different options here, like Ninja Tribal seems cool. Someone had asked for something up above. Loving my pool. Well, this isn't limited. Don't get too excited. This is not my limited pool. This is me just tossing cards in here that I think would be fun to try to build constructed decks around. Or build into constructed decks. So that we can try and figure a few different deck ideas to build using some of these cards as starting points. Let's see. Blue-green ooze with Mikey, says Rusty. Rusty, if you are on the Discord and you have a deck idea, if you have an idea for a deck, you have like an actual list, you can go ahead and join the Discord. I don't know if I can post the Discord link on YouTube, but it's on Twitch. Let me go check my Discord and see if anybody's been posting decks in the deck section specifically. Deck lists. Nothing today. Nothing recently. Last one was posted a week ago, so I would love I hit the top of YouTube somehow. What do you mean I hit the top of YouTube? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means! Krang to revive the demon dude from Final Fantasy. Use the elf from Lorwyn to grave it. I guess you could do that. Wait, Krang doesn't revive. Unless you're talking about a different Krang. The Krang we were just looking at gives everything flying, trample, indestructible, and haste. Oh, I got you, William. I got you. I think there is one other Krang. This one? No, this exiles stuff from their library. I don't see a Krang that reanimates. Krang and Shredder plays things from the top of their deck. Casey Jones 2-drop. That might be an uncommon. Let's check out the uncommons now. We looked at all the rares. Create a food token. This card seems really pushed for an uncommon, right? 2-1 for 1. It's a Savannah Lions. Gives everything +2/+0 until end of turn if you pay its alternate cost instead and sneak it in for 5. It has pay 2 mana to give it first strike until end of turn. Like, all of that's just gravy. At the end of the day, it's just a power crept Savannah Lions. +1/+1. Untap it, gain life. Attach it to ninjas for free. Dimensional Exile is some really good removal. Exile up to one other target creature. May pay 4 if you don't return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. That's... It doesn't have flash. You have to pay 7 mana. You have to pay 7 mana to get rid of something forever. That is expensive. Like, who's ever going to do that? You think it's a black saga? We can check it out in a minute. Create a 2/2. Mighty Mutanimals actually seems pretty good. The Last Ronin's technique also seems pretty good for like a mobilized deck. Fugitive Droid. Interesting. It's a mana war that's not a creature and instead it's equipment. A sneak to draw 2 cards. Oh god. Oh god. This is gonna be disgusting in Pixie decks, right? This thing just does everything. Each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. If you have Brigid mana, sometimes it isn't bad. Right there with you. There's some really interesting stuff here. Graveyard on top of your library. Shredder's armor is just a worse version of that equipment that we already have. Splinter Hamato Yoshi. Correct me. So Splinter in the comics is Hamato Yoshi mutated, whereas in the movies he was a pet rat of Hamato Yoshi. Am I right about all of that? tap and untap on comes into play and leave play. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think a life gain deck is going to be good. I think we're going to make a Ninja Tribal, a life gain deck, a discard deck using Monument to... What is that card called? It's Monument to Endurance? I think it's Monument to Endurance. And then probably like an Affinity for Artifacts deck. And then maybe like a +1/+1 counters deck. I think Genova is going to be really good. With all of the mutants that we're getting and also all of the +1/+1 counter support. So I'd like to try to build something like that. But I also kind of see like a sacrifice deck doing a thing here. And like a pixie deck. We've got ideas. Maybe I should start a Word document. What do you guys think? Hold on. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather too, so if it sounds like I'm sniffly, that's why. It was a crazy weekend. I did manage to crawl my way back up to 4th place ranked in the world for Wonders of the First in Constructed at SCG Con Milwaukee last weekend, though. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I was in 2nd in the world. Portland knocked me down to 7. And then in Milwaukee, I climbed back up to 4th. And one of my teammates is in 1st right now. So we've got Ninja Tribal. We've got Genova Counters. We've got Monument to Endurance. We've got Affinity for Artifacts, Life Gain, Mobilize, Sacrifice. What else we got here? I got life gain, right? Yeah. Give me a break. Michelangelo is a party dude. I think... Oh, my dogs are being dogs. I like the idea of Wrath and Leo with combat triggers. You guys remember when Urabrask's Forge was still in Standard, and if you got a second combat phase, you could re-trigger the Urabrask's Forge and get another creature to swing with? I want to do stuff like that with Wrath and Leo. Seems like a really, really easy way to trigger extra combat phases. Like one of the easiest ways we've gotten in a long time. The Shattering will be not this weekend, but next weekend. I will be there. Yeah, second attack probably goes hand in hand with the Mobilize. That's a good point, Grixis. But I will be at the Shattering. Not this weekend, next weekend. Is it North Carolina or South Carolina? I know the city's Columbia. But I'll be there. If anybody's going there, wants to hang out, I'll be there hanging out. Untap a permanent and untap when it leaves play, because that's crazy in Sneak for free. Which card are you wondering about? Because I will look. I also feel like Shredder's technique is just really good. 1 mana Sneak, destroy a creature or enchantment. Like, I feel like that might be the new cut down. Which is maybe saying a lot, but... Casey Jones finds an artifact. That seems pretty okay. It's too bad he isn't an artifact himself. That'd be even better. Ooh, this is interesting. You can sneak to return one of your creatures to your hand that would die from the Pyroclasm, and then Pyroclasm the board. And you could do it in the middle of combat, so if their bigger creatures block your smaller creatures, you do the extra damage you need to kill their bigger creatures. One drop artifact creature in blue. I got Fugitive Droid. Can't be blocked if an artifact entered this turn. That's not what you're talking about. Let me get through these cards and then we'll go back and we'll take a look. Spicy Oatmeal Pizza actually seems kind of good for a life gain deck. Or an artifact deck. Or your mother. She likes it. Sacrifice an artifact. If you do, I'm a better Flame Tongue Kavoo. Seems really good in limited. Play a card exiled with Raphael. Old Hob, Alley Cat Blues. Seems like a really overcosted mobilize guy. Does spit out 2/2s though. And you can give things indestructible, which means you can keep the 2/2s, which is kind of cool. My mother is a wonderful lady. I should probably go shovel her driveway. Search your library for a food card. No. No, I won't. Saved by the Shell. Oh, wow. Novel Nunchucko. Nunchucku! Ah, a fellow chucker, eh? Attach it to a creature you control. Equipped creature fights up to one target creature an opponent controls. I mean, that's just going to be really good and limited, right? Mutant BFF. Interesting. This card might be nuts. Like, this is basically Harrow, except instead of sacrificing a land, you get to keep your land, and you sneak a creature back to your hand. I mean, you do have to play a deck that wants ramp and also wants aggression. Which might be a little tricky. But I definitely feel like there's a deck for that. Westwind Avatar. Karai. She seems like she could be awesome. A little bit expensive, though. Target creature gets +3/+3. Target creature gets -3/-3. That's pretty good removal if you can consistently hit it for 2 mana, which I think maybe in like the mobilize deck you can. Baxter Stockman. Metalhead. Artifact or creature to its owner's hand. Brilliance Unleashed. Power Crept Putrefy. How wonderful. Man, I love Putrefy. I don't want Putrefy to be outdated. This makes me sad. Pizza face. Weird card. Go, Ninja, go. That seems awesome. It's sorcery speed, which kind of sucks, but in a blink deck, it could be awesome. The neutrinos! I remember that episode! Never another creature enters. +1/+0. Ooh, interesting. Create a mutagen token. That could end up being really good in Genova. Everything pizza. When it enters, tap target permanent. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and haste. Actually kind of seems okay. Turtle blimp. I remember that damn thing. I remember the toy. I used to want that for Christmas. Giant turtle blimp. Turtle lair. Target ninja or turtle can't be blocked. Putrefy. It's fitting. Alright, so lots of ideas here. Yeah, I know it's invalid. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Krang Big Dome Thing. Where did that deck just go? Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines. Raphael is cool but rude. Michelangelo is a party dude. I don't know where that deck went. Well, he seems upset. He seems upset. Sometimes dogs get upset. It is what it is. I really hope that deck didn't just disappear and that all of those cards that we just sifted through are no longer around. Here we are. I found it. We're good. We're going to use this as our building off point. We'll decide on a deck, take out everything that doesn't fit the theme of that deck, and build the deck. And then we'll come back to this to do the same thing for other archetypes. So what do we want to start with? What do we want to start with? Ninja Tribal, Genova counters, Monument to Endurance, Affinity for Artifacts, the Life Gain deck, the Mobilize deck. Technodrome playset. Exactly, Rusty. Oh, you know what? We also need to check out that blue card. That blue 1-drop. I think it was probably a rare. Not you. When it enters or leaves the battlefield, you may tap or untap target creature. And then pay 4 mana, sacrifice it, draw 2 cards. I believe that's what you were talking about? Because 1 minus 1 is 0 mana. What do you mean 1 minus 1? So confused. Six costing black shark board wipe. Let's see if we can find what the heck you're talking about. You mean the 8 costing one? Armagon? Oh, you thought it said permanent? I got you. Just untap a land and it's free? Is this what you're talking about, Rusty? Armagon? What the hell are we going to do with this thing? We could reanimate it, which makes the flash useless. And also, reanimator decks just win the turn they reanimate things. So I don't think we need to do that. I guess maybe you could run them in a deck where you're like cheating them into play with some of those green cards that cheat things into play. You could do it that way. Or you could just literally run it as removal in the Badger Mole Cub deck. Because 8 mana is nothing for the Badger Mole Cub deck. Maybe that's just what you do. Why run a one for one piece of removal in your Badger Mole Cub deck when you could just replace it with Armagon and not have to worry about it? You make enough extra mana that you can just play it the same turn you would normally play a cheap 2-drop 1-for-1 removal spell, right? So just do that, I guess. I don't know. It could be a possibility. It could be a possibility. You know what? We'll toss it down here. Well, actually, we're getting rid of stuff here. So what are we going to do first? The first thing we should make is whichever deck is going to be like everywhere the quickest, because we want to get the obvious deck out before everyone's bored of it. Like, there's always one archetype that all the content creators sort of gravitate to during early access, and they're like, oh man, this is so crazy, and they all do it, and everyone gets sick of it within like 3 days, right? And they don't want to see anything about that archetype anymore after that. You always got to try and like get that one out of the way first while people still care about it. And then move on to the more interesting, unique stuff. Or just don't ever do that archetype at all, but a lot of times that archetype is really good, and that's why it's getting attention. Like, I feel like Ninja Tribal is going to be popular. Maybe we should get that out of the way. I mean, counters with Mutagen Man's obviously going to be nuts, but Reviving Demons with free mana. Reviving Demons with free mana. Ice Cream Kitty. When it enters, you gain a life. Gain 3 life. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Southwind Avatar good enough for a life gain deck? Galta and the green guy from Final Fantasy. Oh, that freaking deck. That freaking deck. Anchovy and banana pizza. Destroy target creature and then sack it to gain life. Interesting. Draw a card and lose a life. Ninja Teen. Oh, dream beavers. I believe I can get me through the night. Leaves the battlefield if it had a counter on it. Gain 2 life. Sacrifice an artifact to gain 3 life. Pachyderm. Pachyderm. More like Wiggity Wachyderm. Dimension X. Draw a card. Sack to gain 3. Ninja Planeswalker Lord. Ooh, forgot about that. Maybe we should do ninjas first. Yeah, maybe we should do ninjas first. I like it. We'll start with ninjas. It's probably going to be Esper. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Ninja, ninja, rap. Alright, let's see what we got here. Ninja. Shredder's technique is really good, though. This could still be used. I don't know if it's worth it, but it could be. Shredder's technique, Karai's technique. I mean, the sneak stuff is just going to be good no matter what. Right? So let's see if we can find some more sneak stuff that's good for Esper. We'll start with ninjas. We have some more interesting decks to dive into as well, but I think it makes sense to start with ninjas. That guy seems pretty good. The Kanoichi might be a really good removal for ninjas. Creature spells of power or toughness 1 or less from your graveyard. That's like everything. It's not the turncoat. We don't want Ninja Teen. All of our 1 and 2 drops. All of our 1 and 2 drops would be able to be brought back by Leonardo Sewer Samurai. He might be good enough. From your graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, that might be good enough too. I guess it depends, like, how much sneak do we want to use? I think it's dependent on how often we want to return things to our hand and re-trigger stuff. Turncoat Kunoichi could be good. Otherwise, I'm not 100% sure. This is not a catch-up type set. Yeah, I feel that. Oroko Saki. Draw a card and lose a life. Shark Shredder. Is this good enough? Seems pretty good. But it's also expensive. All right. Ninja. Vanish. We can do you. We can do you. If none of them were cast or no mana was spent to cast them, Sneak counts as a cast. That's unfortunate. He's going to be really good in Flicker decks, though. I mean, Kaito's just too good, right? Kaito is just too good. So we have to run all of the Kaitos. There's also Changeling. Exile a creature you control, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, create a 1/1 essentially ninja. Do we want to flicker our guys? We get any value off flickering? Super Shredder gets bigger. Kunoichi could maybe do stuff. But not really. Not really. Omni Changeling. Omni Changeling can't copy a legendary, right? 7 days straight at work. Damn, Tom. You crazy. Value from flickering the 1-drop. Yeah, I think Omni Changeling would die to the legend rule if we try to copy a legendary. Mischievous Sneakling is not a very good ninja. What about this? Creature type. The 1-drop that taps and untaps. The most helpful weaver. I know there's something. I'm trying to remember what. Curious Colossus, no. I think... Mockingbird. If there weren't so many damn legendaries, I would use Mockingbird. I would. Maybe we can play some cards that care about legendaries. Maybe we can do that. But I'm pretty sure the cards I'm thinking about, Adaptive Automaton, can be a ninja, and Roaming Throne. How many triggered abilities we got? Put a +1/+1 counter on Leonardo. That would be a triggered ability, but we don't have a lot of life gain in this deck. This would be a triggered ability. This would be a triggered ability. This would be a triggered ability. That could be a triggered ability. Splinter might just be better, though. Splinter might just be better. Blue and black and white. So we do not want the tribal lands, really. I mean, we could play a little bit. One Soulstone Sanctuary. We mostly just want actual Esper dual lands, so we can play our spells. What else? What else am I thinking? Choosing a creature type is nice. We have to decide how many of these crazy legendary cards we're actually playing. Mato Yoshi is too good, so we gotta run 4. Everything else we can run less of if we want to. Not 100% sure I'm running Shredder's Technique yet. Splinter, Raph and Leo. Karai's Technique. I don't know if this is much of a sneak deck, to be honest. I mean, sometimes we're sneaking things in, but we don't have extra value of, like, wanting to sneak to put something back in our hand. So we don't want to overdo with the sneak cards. At least that's where my head is at. This might even be too much. We have too many 3-drops for sure. Too many 3-drops for sure. One other thing I want to try is looking for anything that supports legendary tribal. Because anything that supports legendary tribal, we just happen to have a bunch of legendaries, right? So if we have anything that gives value to legendary creatures or triggers off of legendary stuff, anything like that, it'll probably be good. So if anyone has any ideas there, definitely let me know. I do think the life gain deck's going to end up being awesome. Feardosh with Annex, yeah. Feardosh with Annex is going to be awesome. It's been awesome. But do we have anything that triggers off of legendaries? Or somehow just rewards us playing a bunch of legendaries? Search your library for a legendary creature, reveal it. I mean, maybe, probably not. Draw a card with a legendary spell. A little too cute, I think.
Everyone in this room is now dumber.
It's true. I know, I need my nectar.
My calculations are correct.
I'm just trying to get this deck
When this
done.
baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
You're not wrong. Blarbity, 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 blarbity. Scoochin, Doochin, Maluchin. Ride, Sally, ride. I'm not crazy, right? There are things that care about legendaries. Finn Wixit. Plaza of Heroes. I don't even think that's standard legal anymore, my dude. But I'm not crazy. There's Sarah from the Final Fantasy set, right? The green and white chick. But I don't think we're playing green. I do not think we are playing green. Elugi. Naga Flesh Crafter. Karuk. The Watcher on the road. Menemnon. More than likely it's something multicolored. Which is probably why we're not seeing it yet. Which is fine. We'll get there. Hello. Thank you. Cecil Blargity Blarg. Whenever a legendary creature you control enters, any number of target players each mill a card and lose a life. Interesting. I'm a little bit tired. It's okay. Separate. All right, we're getting there. I think we're almost done. I think we're almost done. Kerbal and Burble. I just made that up. Each player sacrifice half the non-god creatures they control. So it's not legendary. It's not non-legendary. The cloning of Shredder. MacD and Itla. Hang. Abuela. Man, some of these cards I haven't looked at in forever. Crazy. Got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out my hook as the DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, baby. Bartholomew. Surfondum. Zahir. Ariette. Combo. Rufus. Tesa. He's a radical rat. Victor. Coconius. Coconius. Winter, the cursed rider. Not really seeing anything. I mean, the cards we have right now are pretty good, so I'm not super worried about it. But I do feel like there's something somewhere, and we're just missing it. Do. Akawali. Whenever a legendary creature control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If we could go Golgari, if we could go green, that would be kind of cool. Not worth it, though. Not worth it for just that, at least. Man, Genova's gonna be so fun. Genova is going to be so fun. Alright, here's the card I was thinking about. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. Legendary creatures get +2/+2. It's not in our colors. And it's a little slow. But it is definitely a thing. Alright, I think we're pretty good where we're at. So we're gonna find our lands. We are going to find our lands. We need, black is the most prevalent. So we want our, let's see, we want our Azorius lands to be untapped on 1 and give us white. So, you... Do we not have... Wait, do we not have the Azorius Shockland yet? I don't think I realized that, if that's the case. Oh wait, no, Hollowed Fountain. Losing my mind. So Hollowed Fountains, and then same thing with the white blacks. Because we're going to want untapped white mana on 1. So the Verges don't work super well for white-black. We're going to want Godless Shrines. And maybe Concealed Courtyards. Probably not. Probably just Godless Shrines. And then black-blue is where we're not necessarily worried about being our turn 1 play. So, Verges again, Watery Graves. That seems good. Right? And who needs basics? Basics are for the weak! Save your pity. $26. We got double blue, double white, and black's the most prevalent in 2. So we probably want about an equal number of lands. I'm thinking. $19, $20. Do. Probably want 21 lands. $21, $22, $23. You could do something like that. Seems pretty okay. 23 lands. I don't know if I'm feeling all these 3-drops though. Let's go back and take a look at everything we can find that's a ninja. Dude, if we just had one more 1-drop, I'd be pretty happy. Maybe Prehistoric Pet? Can turn on Sneak pretty well. It might be the only 1-drop ninja. the only other one-drop ninja. Honestly, it might be worth it just for that. I mean, with all of the buffs that we have, it just might be. See if there are any cheaper ninjas that are worth considering. April O'Neil. Lita. She can scry and put counters on herself when creatures enter. I could see a maybe. I could see a maybe. Create a 1/1 ninja. Not good enough. Not good enough. I mean, is this guy good enough just as a 2/3 ninja with menace? I think maybe. Robot ninja. Oh, if only the token it created was a ninja. I'd be all about it. This guy might be good enough to try too. Ninja. Chrome Dome might be good enough. Honestly. Just because of the adaptive automatons? Probably not. I'm probably just getting greedy here. I think the Kunoichi is going to be too expensive. That's what I think. That's what I think. I'm going to put the Kunoichis over here for now. We'll run these as our 3-drops. We're going to want 4 Last Ronin's Technique as 2-drops. I think we can probably dump the Chrome Domes. I think Satoru is worth it as a 1-of, which means we only need to cut 2 cards. Maybe now we can cut a land. Although Kaito still needs 4 mana, so maybe not. We'll cut 2 cards. Super Shredder. And Nashi? Maybe? Alright. Go, ninja, go. This is a good jumping off point. Let's make sure we're in the right format. Early access standard. Alright, let's actually play a game. We could cut one Kaito. The thing is, he's just stupid good. If you remember back when Kaito first came out as a card, we were like, oh man, this ability would be so broken if there were actually good ninjas. Thankfully, there aren't actually good ninjas, so he's balanced, he's fine. Well, now we have actual good ninjas, so Kaito's just stupid busted. Just stupid busted. And so we're gonna run all 4. 100%. 100%. Where's my deck? Go ninja go. Alright. Well, here we go. We're off to the races. Where's my coffee? I desperately need some coffee, bro. Bro, I need the coffee, bro! Well, I have an opponent, so we can wait on the coffee. Alright, let's see. We've got Leonardo or Pet on 1. We don't have a 2-drop, but maybe we'll find one. I think it's probably fine. Let's keep it. We'll start with the Verge. Because if we don't find a 2-drop, we can play one of the shock lands tapped and play the Pet. Or we can play 2 pets. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's probably smart. So let's do this. No attacks. Next turn, we should be able to get through. 2 Beast Binders. You're out of your mind, bro. Double Beast Binder? Who does that? Who does that? I call shenanigans. So these guys can easily be blocked, right? Which means we can't really do the thing that we want to do, which is ninjutsu in the Kaito. So I guess we just got to do this. No attacks. It's fine. Everything will be fine. Ability triggers an additional time. Alright, map token on the Beast Binder, sure. So I think we're probably just jamming the Kaito. Alright, we'll play out the Soul Stone. We're just gonna hard cast it. Because we definitely can't get a sneak off. Definitely. He could double block a prehistoric pet. Which is a little bit worrisome. Yeah, I don't think we can attack with the prehistoric pets. We should be able to attack with those guys, though. That was a miscalculation. For some reason, I didn't realize the Beast Binder had 4 toughness. How did I overlook that? Whatever. Doesn't matter. I had no idea what just happened. Loses all abilities. Yeah, I'm completely lost. I made a bad decision that snowballed, and I don't even know what's going on anymore. Well, I guess we probably do this. And then we don't attack? Because protecting Kaito is probably a good idea. Hey, what's up, Dexter? Quantum Riddler, sure. So I guess with 3 beast binders, I just can't block no matter what. So I probably should have just swung with my dudes. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I just played really poorly. This is my first game of Arena in like 2 weeks, so... It is what it is. We'll just concede. I made a lot of wrong decisions there. Just overlooking my opponent's abilities and stuff. I gotta shake off the rust. TMNT's Showcase. I like the concept of this deck, though. And you know what? I need coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, show. Lone Fox? Is it my Brewmaster in Chief? Am I up against my Brewmaster in Chief? Let's see, we've got no blue. So it would be what? Leonardo into Dark Leo and Shredder. We're not playing Kaito anytime soon, but this could line up pretty good. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, Godless Shrine. I mean, if we want to just sneak it back anyway, maybe it's actually better to play the Prehistoric Pet. There's a better chance it gets through for damage, so that we can sneak in Dark Leo and Shredder. Although now, I think I would rather do this. Get out Super Shredder first. Let's see, we could attack as a 2/2. Greater power. So, here's what we do. We ninjutsu in Kaito. We bounce the Prehistoric Pet. We trigger the Super Shredder. Oh, Super Shredder has Menace. What am I doing, bro? What am I doing? Although I guess it's kind of okay to have a blocker to keep Kaito up. Yeah, you know what? I thought that was maybe a play mistake, and I did overlook it, so it very easily could have been. But in hindsight, I think having the blocker for Kaito is probably actually better. Probably actually better. I think I would rather Dark Leo and Shredder. So let's get the emblem.
Just try to keep up.
Do we have a way to make something unblockable? Let me think. Can't be blocked. I could do it with this. I'd have to wait on the Dark Leo. I think that probably makes sense. I really want to sneak this in. I guess it's better to just do this though. Right?
Come on, Pom Pom John. We've got a fight to win. Found a way.
Discard a card. How dare you? We'll play Leonardo. And we'll attack with this guy. We will not attack with Super Shredder because he's got plenty of chump blockers.
Cool tech, right?
Two emblems. Two emblems is pretty wild. Two emblems is pretty wild. Mutagen Man with anything looks interesting, Dexter. Mutagen Man is just cracked. And I agree with you, Shell. Whenever you run up against those guys that don't use the new cards, it's weird. It's very weird. We got another fugitive droid. It's a lot of artifacts, man. Well, we'll definitely block some of them. We're alive! Super Shredder's about to be happy. Ooh, maybe we can actually win. Maybe we can actually win. Doesn't have a lot of blockers. Alright. We'll do this.
I just hate it.
Doesn't have haste though. Damn, I would have to wait a turn. I don't have a turn. Okay, that was a misplay. That was a misplay. It's fine though. So I guess doesn't really matter if we make something unblockable, does it? Unless we can make something leave the battlefield,
Follow me,
which
Pom Pom.
is possible. Super Shredder's unblockable, right? So we do this. Oh wait, we have to bounce an unblocked. Never mind. If only these guys had first strike, he would have got bigger first, and we would have hit for an extra 2 damage.
Time to make our move.
We just need all of our creatures to have first strike. That's not too much to ask, right? Can't be. Can't be. Well, if I gotta lose to someone, I'm glad it's Lone Fox. Alright. The rust is fully shaken off now. We're good. No more play mistakes. Definitely made a couple more in that game. Definitely. I want to use mutagen, man. With Genova. So bad. So bad it hurts. This hand looks interesting. We'll try it out. Start with a courtyard and a prehistoric pet. We'll go... Guess we only need that, right? And we'll get Leonardo in. Hit for a damage, gain a life. Put a counter on him. Seems pretty good. Drop the automaton next turn. Anti-negative. Be ambitious. Be ambitious indeed. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Smash. Gain some life, get a counter. Feeling pretty okay. Michelangelo, weirdness to 11. Makes all the sense in the world. Ooh, the last Ronin's technique. That is certainly something. That is certainly something. Do you think he will trade his 4/4 for our Leonardo? Cancel. White. Thank you. Really love if you would use it correctly. Smash. Let's go. Replay the prehistoric pet. Replay the prehistoric pet. We'll hold on to Leonardo, because if we top deck a land, we can sneak it. Boost up all of our dudes. It's probably just dead anyway. This last Ronin's technique, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good card. It's pretty good. Very 1337 of them. Good to see you, Brownie Man. Hey, speak of the devil. It's time to go. You're done for. Boom. Boom. Buff the boys. Get out of here. Went ninja went. That was pretty good. I don't think this is like the final iteration of this deck, but I do think this is a very solid foundation. Like, it might not be as fast or aggressive as some of the most aggro decks in the format right now, but it has a lot more resiliency, I feel. Yeah, we're gonna have to. No white. We're gonna have to mulligan. Really? Really? They really don't want us playing white cards, do they? I mean, we're still gonna keep it. We'll toss back Prehistoric Pet, since we're definitely not playing it on one. And we'll get out the Watery Grave tapped. We are certainly making lemonade out of lemons this time. Oh, dream beavers. We probably want Splinter. No, we can sneak Splinter too. Who's better? I guess we get Leonardo out there. Dream Beaver's coming in. How sneaky are you, Levdev? Ooh, you're sneaky like me. Replay the Dream Beavers, sure. Well, we do have an issue. We're not going to be able to sneak in very effectively through the Dream Beavers. Unfortunately, nothing else lines up super well. This feels really bad, but we kind of just have to do it. Unfortunately. At least we gained some life back here, and we're getting on pace. Skirmish Rhino. Oh boy. Now I see what you're doing. Now I see. You're making things very difficult. Very, very difficult. Alright, he blocks and kills Leonardo. It's probably not worth it to ninjutsu through a Kaito. Alright, we'll just play this and hold back. Oh, Splinter has Menace. What am I thinking? I am a dum-dum. I am a dum-dum. I should have attacked with Splinter through the Skirmish Rhino and ninjutsu'd out a Kaido, putting the Splinter back in our hand. Leonardo's dead. It's fine. Everything's fine. Prehistoric pet. Guess we just attack, huh? So if we last Ronin and return the Splinter, we can then immediately... I kind of like that. Let's try this. Let's see if this works. We bounce the Splinter, and then we immediately sneak out the Splinter, getting rid of one of the 1/1s. That seems pretty alright. I like it. I like it. Don't really have enough blue for this Kaito yet. Just take a 1-drop. That wasn't that bad. Wasn't as good as I would have liked. And we might be dead here. He only needs to deal an extra 2 damage. He's got a Dream Beavers. Oh. He didn't kill us? Why did he bounce the skirmish? Oh, because he wants to just kill us with the Skirmish Rhino. Right? That is ballsy, man. That is truly ballsy. Well, I don't think we can kill him. But we will certainly make an attempt.
Let's give it our all. I love a dramatic entrance.
Certainly, certainly, certainly. Draw a card for each opponent who lost life. No, none of that really matters. Tap a creature, put 2 stun counters on it. We're just dead no matter what.
Just try to keep up.
Interesting game, though. Skirmish Rhino kills us. I think if our mana was just a little bit better, would have actually had a chance there. Alright, we're going to play a couple more games with that deck. I definitely want to play until we get one more really good win, where we show off what the deck can do, what ninjas can do. And then we can move on to the next deck. If you guys have deck ideas and want to join the Discord, I will post a link to the Discord in the Twitch chat. You know what? Maybe I can copy that link. Hold on. Maybe, just maybe, I can post it in... Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can post it in the YouTube chat as well. So if anybody wants to join the Discord and drop a deck list, I'll play your deck. I'll just straight up play it. Dexter dropped Mutagen Man, so that will be up next. And yeah, anybody else that drops a deck, we'll play it. We will play it. It will be fun. We will do fun things and play the game. Unbelievable. You didn't do lands? That's fine. We can figure out the lands. Nashi, Satoru. This looks pretty good. We got all the colors we need. Yeah, this looks fine. We have all the colors we need. We have enough lands. We'll start with Leonardo. The question is, do we play Nashi? Or do we last Ronin? I think we probably want to play Nashi first, right? Yeah, I think we want a Nashi first. Just swing in for 2. We could have snuck out Leonardo, but then we didn't have anything to use 1 mana on because we didn't have a white left over. The white would have replayed this Leonardo, which would have been awesome. Fugitive Droid. Let's see, Adaptive Automaton. Now we'll go Satoru. Swing. And then we'll do this. And we'll bounce. We'll gain some life. Now next turn we've got options. We can play Leonardo, we can sneak in the Last Ronin's technique, or we can drop the Adaptive Automaton. Since the Last Ronin's technique makes hasty ninjas, I actually think we wait to use this after we have the Automaton out already. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So I feel like we want to go Ninja and Smash and gain some life. All of that feels pretty good. I assume he'll probably have removal for the Automaton. Burst Lightning or something. Clockwork Percussionist. Sure. Chrome Dome, how dare you? It's not bad. Gives it flying. It's not enough though. I guess we don't really have anything to use that mana on, huh? Sneak. Boom. Let's go. Gain some life. Put you at 3. Replay Satoru. We are eating good, fellas. Hey, what's up, Panthro? I've been really busy. Haven't had much time to stream. Hopefully that will change soon. But I've been really good. I got stranded at SCGCon Milwaukee. I had to rent a car and drive over 1,000 miles in a blizzard to get home. It was crazy. Krang. He finally played his Krang, but it's just not enough. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Aw, come on. Boo. Boo.